Tornadoes, weather that sucks. 5th grade Earth Science. What is a tornado? A tornado is a violent rotating column of air extending from a thunderstorm to the ground. The most violent tornadoes are capable of tremendous destruction, with wind speeds of up to 300 miles per hour. They can destroy large buildings, hurl vehicles hundreds of yards, and they can even uproot trees. Damaged paths can be in excess of 1 mile wide to 50 miles long. In an average year, 1,000 tornadoes are reported nationwide. How do tornadoes form? Most tornadoes form from thunderstorms. You need warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico and cool, dry air from Canada. When these two air masses meet, they create instability in the atmosphere, a change in wind direction, and an increase in wind speed with increasing height creates an invisible, horizontal spinning effect in the lower atmosphere. Rising air within the updraft tilts the rotating air from horizontal to vertical. An area of rotation 2 to 6 miles wide now extends through much of the storm. Most strong and violent tornadoes form within this area of strong rotation. What is a supercell thunderstorm? A supercell thunderstorm is a long-lived thunderstorm whose updrafts and downdrafts are in near balance. These storms have the greatest tendency to produce tornadoes that stay on the ground for long periods of time. Supercell thunderstorms can produce violent tornadoes with winds exceeding 200 miles per hour. What is a mesocyclone? A mesocyclone is a rotating vortex of air within a supercell thunderstorm. Mesocyclones do not always produce tornadoes. This is illustrated by the red arrows. What is a funnel cloud? A funnel cloud is a rotating, cone-shaped column of air extending downward from the base of a thunderstorm, but not touching the ground. When it reaches the ground, it is called a tornado. What is a microburst? A microburst is a downdraft or sinking air in a thunderstorm that is less than 2.5 miles in scale. Although microbursts are not as widely recognized as tornadoes, they can cause comparable and in some cases worse damage than tornadoes produce. In fact, wind speeds are as high as 150 miles an hour, and they are possible in extreme microburst cases. What is a wall cloud? A wall cloud is an abrupt lowering of a rain-free cumulonimbus base into a low-hanging accessory cloud. A wall cloud is usually situated in the southwest portion of the storm. A rotating wall cloud usually develops before tornadoes or funnel clouds. There are several types of tornadoes that can occur, some of which are tornado copycats. What is a waterspout? A waterspout is just a weak tornado that forms over water. They are most common along the Gulf Coast. Waterspouts can sometimes move inland, becoming tornadoes, causing damage and injuries. A landspout is a very weak tornado that is not associated with a wall cloud or a mesocyclone. It is the land equivalent of a waterspout. A gustnado is a short-lived, relatively weak whirlwind that forms along a gust front. A gust front is the surge of very gusty winds at the leading edge of a thunderstorm's outflow of air. Gustnadoes are not tornadoes. They do not connect with any cloud-based rotation, but because gustnadoes often have a spinning dust cloud at ground level, they are sometimes wrongly reported as tornadoes. Gustnadoes can do minor damage. A dust devil generally forms in the hot sun during the late morning or early afternoon hours. These are mostly harmless whirlwinds and are triggered by light desert breezes that create a swirling plume of dust with speeds rarely over 70 miles per hour. These differ from tornadoes in that they are not associated with a thunderstorm or any cloud and are usually very weak. A fire whirl or a fire tornado is not formed by conditions high in the atmosphere. They're created by hot, dry air rising rapidly from the ground. In that sense, Firenadoes have more in common with whirlwinds or dust devils, which typically form on hot, sunny days when the ground heats up the air nearby. What is hail? Hail is created when small water droplets are caught in the updraft of a thunderstorm. These water droplets are lifted higher and higher into the sky until they freeze into ice. Once they become heavy, they will start to fall. If the smaller hailstones get caught up in the updraft again, they will get more water on them and get lifted higher in the sky and get bigger. Once they get lifted again, they freeze and fall. This happens over and over again until the hailstone is too heavy and then falls to the ground. Tornadoes can happen at any time of the year and at any time of the day. In the southern states, peak tornado season is from March through May. Peak times for tornadoes in the northern states are during the summer. A few southern states have a second peak time for tornado outbreaks in the fall. Tornadoes are most likely to occur between 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. The geography of the central part of the United States, known as the Great Plains, is suited to bring all of the ingredients together to form tornadoes. More than 500 tornadoes typically occur in this area every year, and that's why it is commonly known as Tornado Alley. Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, and Louisiana all make up Tornado Alley. Meteorologists use watches and warnings to alert people to the presence of a tornado or possibility of a tornado. When a tornado watch is issued, tornadoes are possible in your area. Stay tuned to the radio or television news. When a tornado warning is issued, a tornado is either on the ground or has been detected by Doppler radar. Seek shelter immediately. To know how strong a tornado was, meteorologists use the Fujita scale. This scale shows how much damage the tornado inflicted. An F0 tornado will produce light damage, which means branches will be broken off trees and there will be minor roof damage. An F1 tornado will produce moderate damage. Trees will be snapped, mobile homes will be pushed off foundations, and roofs will be damaged. An F2 tornado will produce considerable damage. Mobile homes will be demolished, trees will be uprooted, strong-built homes will be unroofed. An F3 tornado will produce severe damage. Trains will be overturned, cars can be lifted off the ground, strong-built homes have outside walls blown away. An F4 tornado will produce devastating damage. Houses will be leveled, leaving piles of debris. Cars will be thrown 300 yards or more in the air. An F5 tornado will produce incredible damage. Strongly built homes completely blown away. Automobile-sized missiles will be generated. Here are some safety tips for if a tornado happens while you are in school. Every school should have a disaster plan and have frequent drills. Basements offer the best protection. Schools without basements should use interior rooms and hallways on the lowest floor, away from windows. Crouch down on your knees and protect your head with your arms. After a tornado, stay indoors until it's safe to come out. Check for injured or trapped people without putting yourself in danger, and watch out for downed power lines.